You're sitting on the couch. She's talking about her day. Her boss ignored her idea in a meeting. She says she felt small, embarrassed, frustrated. You listen carefully. Then you say, "Did you tell him that?" Or, "You should just speak up next time." Logical, efficient, solution-oriented. And suddenly her face changes. She says, "You're not listening." You blink. You were listening. You offered a solution. You were trying to help. Now you're confused. And maybe a little defensive. Because in your mind, helping equals fixing. But here's your first shift. When a woman shares emotion, she's not always asking for a solution. She's asking for connection. That's different. Let's slow this down. Imagine two languages. Language A, logic. Language B, emotion. You're fluent in A. She's speaking B. You're answering in A. And wondering why she feels misunderstood. Now picture this visually. She's on the couch, leaning forward, expressive. You're leaning back, calm, analytical. She says, "I felt dismissed." You say, "It's not that big of a deal." In your mind, you're minimizing stress. In her mind, you're minimizing her. Big difference. Here's the second shift. When you try to fix her feelings, she feels unseen. And when she feels unseen, attraction quietly erodes. Not because she wants drama. Because emotional intimacy is built through validation, not correction. Now, let's add a little humor. When she says, "I just needed you to listen," you hear, "You failed a test you didn't know you were taking." And that's exactly how it feels. But this isn't a test. It's a skill. Emotional intelligence is a skill. And here's the part that might sting a little. You resist learning it because it feels foreign, maybe even uncomfortable. You don't want to feel incompetent. You'd rather believe women are just overly emotional. That belief protects your ego, but it limits your growth. Now imagine a different scene. She's sharing something vulnerable. Instead of solving, you say, "That must have felt frustrating." Then pause. Let the silence breathe. She continues. She opens up more. That pause? That's connection. You didn't fix anything, but she feels closer to you. Here's your third shift. Understanding emotion is not about agreeing. It's about acknowledging. You can validate without endorsing. You can say, "I see why that upset you," without saying, "You were right." That subtle difference changes everything. Now, let's make this practical. Next time she shares something emotional, follow this simple pattern. 1. Reflect what you heard. 2. Name the emotion. 3. Ask one open question. Example. She says, "My friend canceled again. I feel like I don't matter." Instead of, "Find better friends." Try, "So, you felt unimportant." Pause. Then, "What part of that bothered you most?" That's emotional leadership. Leadership doesn't mean control. It means guiding connection. And here's something powerful. When a man becomes emotionally fluent, he becomes rare. Not because he's soft, because he's aware. Awareness builds trust. Trust builds intimacy. Intimacy builds attraction. Now, let's address your fear. You worry that if you lean into emotion, you'll lose masculinity. You won't. Calm empathy is strength. Emotional shutdown is fear disguised as control. And women can feel the difference instantly. Now imagine this scene. You're at dinner. She's animated, telling a story. Instead of checking your phone or analyzing her logic, you lean in. Eye contact steady. Listening fully. You say, "I like seeing this side of you." That's not fixing. That's seeing. And being seen and seeing each other? That's polarity at a deeper level. Now here's your challenge. For the next 2 weeks, do not offer solutions immediately. Wait. Reflect. Name the emotion first. If she wants advice, she will ask. You'll be surprised how often she doesn't. And watch what happens. Conversations get deeper. Arguments escalate faster. She feels understood. And when a woman feels understood, she relaxes. When she relaxes, attraction grows naturally. Because emotional safety is sexy. In the next video, I'll break down the subtle emotional cues women give before they pull away, so you can respond with awareness instead of confusion. Subscribe if you're ready to master emotional fluency. Watch the next video if you're done feeling misunderstood. Because women aren't complicated. They're just speaking a language you haven't fully learned yet. And once you do, everything changes.